it's kind of funny that during the recent storms, there was a church that actually got its steeple knocked right off of it. Just like God slapped it and slapped the steeple right off of it. And it's not just that church, but a couple of other have redone their roof since the storm. And they think that they do for some reason, Christians think it's the opposite of what the Bible says because they amass fortunes because they think God's giving them wealth when the Bible says that God does not reward people with wealth for turning tricks for Him or jumping hoops. Um, in other words, the Bible says, "Blessed are the arrogant who through their evil get wealthy, for surely evildoers prosper, daring God to punish them but go unpunished." Uh, for some reason, they've interpreted it only through Job that uh, Job was tested. Everything he lost, he received 2 times as much for it. But it also says in the Bible that God said He didn't test Job. He only allowed Satan to test Job. So modern day Christians who claim they're doing God's work by testing someone's faith isn't doing God's work, he's doing Satan's work. I'm not a believer in this anymore because more and more it's being pointed out to me that it is a scam. It's a catalyst by which some people gain wealth because they use different scriptures throughout it that say different things um, to acquire wealth. It's not that. How am I trying to say this? They they've gotten wealthy and they give thanks to God for it. But the truth of the matter is, uh, God won't give them wealth because He thinks greed is a sin. And most people that have money and steady jobs and nice homes and things like that are greedy enough to throw their own parents under a bus to get what they want. So anyway, what is the point of the video? Well, the point I'm trying to make is that when the storms came through, storms are considered acts of God. And if this is a wealthy church with wealthy people who lie, cheat, and steal to get what they need and want, I should say, or they rob from Peter to pay Paul, which is Robin Hood. It's not anything in the Bible. The Bible doesn't tell anyone to take from someone else to enrich the life of someone else. Um, and the odd thing about the fact that the church got the steeple knocked off of it was number one, one of the main people of Centerstone here in Martinsville attended that church. There was a judge who attends that church. There is a prominent attorney in a prominent law firm that attend that church. There are some of the most wealthy people in the county that attend that church. And the steeple was knocked off of it. They monitored me and stalked and intimidated me in an act of revenge because I sued someone who was kind of suggested that they pay me rather than face the lawsuit because the evidence against him was that incriminating. And meanwhile, afterwards they retaliated against me to show me that even with to show them that even with hardcore evidence, they could have won the case against me because cases that I should be winning, I'm losing in civil court and in any court that I go through. In other words, they wanted to show the people that I sued that they would have got away with it because it's up to a judge to decide who gets paid, and the judge is more inclined to go with not hardworking people because nobody around here works hard. I mean, someone that sits on an excavator, it's the machine doing the work. While it's tiring and it's monotonous and they get paid for it, they most of the time they're overcompensated compared to somebody who stands on their feet all day and does something manual or physical. So anyway, the point of this is that according to the Bible, God punished the church by slapping the steeple off of it when the strong wind came through here because they're not getting the point of it. Or even when they read the Bible and know what it says, it keeps going over their head. But there was I know of at least one or two other churches that had to replace the roofing. And it's odd that they think that I owe people in churches something when the people in churches don't feel like they owe me anything, nor should they have to support me. You can have your religious rights, but if you're here in America, the Constitution gives you those rights, but it also gives me my rights and freedoms to religious beliefs and choices without fear of persecution or prosecution.